Okay, so today we are going to be looking at how to solve two-step inequalities. So it says to solve two-step inequalities, you follow the same steps as solving two-step equations. So we are literally doing the same steps that we have been working on since way back when we started Unit 3 equations. Just don't forget that if you multiply or divide by a negative number on both sides, you have to flip the inequality symbol. Remember, taking the negative of something or multiplying by a negative is taking the opposite. So if we take the opposite, we have to take the opposite inequality as well. We have to change everything. So let's start with number 1. We have 3n plus 3 is greater than or equal to 30. So my first step, we're just going to rewrite this right here. 3n plus 3 is greater than or equal to 30. My first step is to get rid of the 3 that's being added. So I add negative 3, that's 0, add negative 3, and now I have 3n is greater than or equal to 27. Multiply by the reciprocal, that cancels out, 1 over 3. And then I get n is greater than or equal to 9. So that is my final solution to the inequality. N is greater than or equal to 9. And remember, we have to graph our answers. So down here, 9, 11, 7. Because it's greater than or equal to, it's a closed circle, and my arrow is to the right because those are all of the numbers that are greater than 9. All right, let's look at number 2. So I have 17 is less than or equal to negative 2m plus negative 3. So I'm going to need to add that 3 to both sides first. 0, add 3. So I have 20 is greater than or, sorry, is less than or equal to negative 2m. Multiply by the reciprocal, which is going to be 1 over negative 2. Notice here I am multiplying by a negative on both sides. So that means I'm going to have to switch my inequality. So less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to. 20 times 1 over negative 2 is going to be negative 10. So negative 10 is greater than or equal to m. And remember, if it helps you to rewrite it, oh, kind of lost that there. If it helps you to rewrite it, then just switch it, and m is less than or equal to negative 10. This is another way that you can write the inequality. It does not matter to me which one you choose to write, okay? It's just whatever makes it easier for you in order for graphing. So if negative 10 is greater than or equal to m, and that means that m is less than or equal to negative 10. So I'm going to have negative 10 here, make this negative 8, negative 12, less than or equal to is going to be to the left. So anything less than or equal to negative 10 can be m. All right, let's take a look at number 3. We have negative 19 is less than negative 5 minus 2y. So I'm going to rewrite this here. Make that plus negative. So I need to add that 5 first. Add 5. Negative 19 plus 5 is negative 14, which is less than negative 2y. Multiply by the reciprocal, which is negative 2. Again, notice I am multiplying by a negative on both sides. So that means that I must switch the inequality. So this becomes greater than, this is equal to 7. So 7 is greater than y, or we can write that as y is less than 7. Again, does not matter to me. Up to you with what's easier for you when it comes to graphing. So I'm going to put 7 here, we have 9, make that 5. If 7 is greater than y, then that means that y has to be less than 7. So it's going to be an open circle, and that's all of the numbers to the left. All right, let's jump down to number 5. So for number 5, we have c all over negative 5 plus 6 is less than 2. So my first step I need to get rid of is the 6 that's being added. So I'm going to add negative 6 to both sides. So I add negative 6, add negative 6. I have c over negative 5 is less than negative 4 because 2 plus negative 6 is negative 4. Then I need to get rid of my negative 5 in the denominator and multiply by negative 5 over 1. So that cancels out to 1c. I have to multiply by negative 5. Again, notice we are multiplying by a negative on both sides. A negative times a negative is positive, so we switch the inequality to greater than, and negative 4 times negative 5 is positive 20. So our final solution for this inequality is C is greater than 20. So I'm going to plot 20 here, make this 22, make this 18. It is an open circle, and all the numbers that are greater are to the right. So we end up with C is greater than 20, open circle, arrow to the right. All right, let's look at number 6. So we have a plus 1 all over 4 is less than or equal to 4. So this is one of those situations where we need to get rid of the denominator first. So I'm going to multiply by 4 over 1 both sides so that I can isolate my grouping of a plus 1. So I'm just going to rewrite this over here. So times 4 over 1, that cancels out here, times 4. We have a plus 1 is less than or equal to 16. Now I can get rid of the 1 and add negative 1 to both sides. And a is less than or equal to 15. And that is our final solution here. So put 15 in the middle, 17, 13. Less than or equal to means that it's a closed circle, and our arrow is to the right. Sorry, to the left. Everything less than 15 is to the left. So a is less than or equal to 15. Draw the arrow to the left. All right, let's take a look at number 7. So number 7, we have negative y minus 2 is greater than or equal to negative 13. So I'm going to rewrite this down here. Plus negative 2. All right, so my first step is to add 2. Add 2, and then we have negative y is greater than or equal to negative 11. Well, we know that we cannot leave a variable negative, and to make a variable positive, we have to multiply it by negative 1. So we're going to multiply both sides by negative 1, and because we are multiplying both sides by a negative, we have to flip the inequality. So this becomes positive y is less than or equal to positive 11. So if negative y is greater than or equal to negative 11, positive y is less than or equal to positive 11. So now I'm going to graph my solution. 11, 13, 9. It's a closed circle because it is less than or equal to, and our arrow is to the left because those are all of the numbers that are less than 11. All right, let's do number 10, and we'll stop there with our two-step. So by now you probably have this down. So number 10, we have negative 11 is greater than negative 3/4 c plus 1. So I first need to get rid of the 1. So add negative 1, add negative 1. This becomes negative 12 is greater than negative 3/4 c. The reciprocal of negative 3/4 is negative 4 over 3. So times negative 4 over 3. This all cancels out to leave you with positive 1c times negative 4 over 3. Notice again that we are multiplying by a negative on both sides. So that means that we are going to have to switch the inequality. So if it's greater than, this is going to become less than. We must switch it. Negative 4 times, or negative 4/3 times negative 12 is equal to 16. So positive 16 is less than c. Or if you would like to switch it, you can say c is greater than positive 16. Up to you how you want to write it. So we have 16, 18, 14, open circle to the right. Those are all the numbers that are greater than 16. All right, at the bottom section of your notes, we have solutions to inequalities. We looked at this on your notes yesterday. So in order to check if a number is a solution, then you have to plug it in and solve. In this case, what we're going to do is solve each inequality first and then check all of the numbers that could be a possible solution based on what they give us. So 11, we have 4m plus negative 2 is less than or equal to 30. So we're going to add 2, 4m is less than or equal to 32. Multiply by the reciprocal. And m is less than or equal to 8. So this is our solution to the inequality. M is less than or equal to 8. So over here on the right, we're going to look at the numbers that they gave us. Well, 6 is less than 8, 7 is less than 8, 8 is 8, and it can equal 8. 9 is greater than 8 and 10 is greater than 8, so those are not solutions. So based on the numbers that they gave us, the numbers that are solutions that are less than or equal to 8 are 6, 7, and 8. All right, let's look at number 12. We have 4 minus 4n, 4 plus negative 4n is less than or equal to 16. So add negative 4, add negative 4, negative 4n is less than or equal to 12. Multiply by the reciprocal. We are multiplying by a negative on both sides, so we must switch the inequality. So this becomes n is greater than or equal to negative 3. So looking at our solutions, the numbers that are greater than or equal to negative 3, well, negative 3 is equal to negative 3, and negative 2 is greater than negative 3. Negative 6 is not greater than negative 3, negative 5 is not greater than negative 3, and negative 4 is not greater than negative 3. So our only two solutions to this inequality based on what they gave us are negative 3 and negative 2. All right, let's look at number 13, and then we'll stop there. So we have 8 is less than negative 2 minus 2a. Plus negative. So add 2, add 2. 10 is less than negative 2a. Multiply by the reciprocal. We are multiplying by a negative on both sides, so we have to switch the inequality. So negative 5 is greater than a, or a is less than negative 5. Both of these are correct. You can write it any way that you want. Okay, so which numbers are less than negative 5? Well, negative 8 is less than negative 5. Negative 7 is less than negative 5. Negative 6 is less than negative 5. And we are going to have to stop there with our solutions because it does not say less than or equal to, it just says less than. And negative 5 is equal to negative 5, so that is not a solution. And negative 4 is greater than negative 5, so that is also not a solution. So when you're checking which numbers are solutions, just go through and figure out which ones are actually true. You do not have to go back and finish the problems that I did not do. You just have the practice problems for solving two-step equations.